far left and the far right are the two divisive forces. The far right are Nazis who want to get rid of black people from America. The far left want universal health care. That is not the same thing.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Torturing Myself So You Don't Have To. You seem to really like this series, so today we are watching the latest episode of Trevor Noah interviewing some propagandists, and this time the Qatari mouthpiece himself, Mehdi Hasan. So without further ado, let's get into it, because today I am watching an episode 1.5 hours long. Because as last time of me watching Hassan Piker wasn't enough, and if you missed out, you can watch me doing that again here.
What do you mean? What if I said something outrageous that I wasn't supposed to say? What if I wanted to say some shit?
Like say some shit. So wait. Let me understand this.
I'm a free man.
You see, so be free.
I'm free from corporate slavery, servitude, domination. I get to say whatever I want. I get to do whatever I want. I don't have to look over my shoulder. It is liberating.
What do you think you couldn't say before that you can't say now?
Isn't he paid by Qatar?
What couldn't you say before? Do you remember a specific thing where you were like, oh, damn, I couldn't say this before?
First thing I said was, I get to say the G word, the F word, and the R word. Genocide, fascism, and racism, which corporate media runs on.
The big buzzwords.
They do. You can't call Donald Trump a racist. You don't know what's in his heart. You can't say it's a genocide. That's a little inflammatory. And even though every genocide scholar in the world pretty much now says it's a genocide. So
every genocide scholar in the world. Here's my favorite genocide scholar.
You know, fascism. I was one of the first people on MSNBC to say the F word, August 2020. I was sitting in for Chris Hayes. It was the Portland protest, George Floyd protest. And I said, we need to say fascism. And at the time, people were, this is hyperbolic. What are you talking about? He's not Hitler.
So he started fascism.
What do you think of Zoran?
I'm a fan. I'm an admirer.
What are you a fan of?
I'm a fan of the fact that he won an election that people thought he couldn't win.
Yeah.
He won it by sticking to his guns. He didn't roll over. He was a politician who basically ran from the left, but didn't run from the right. And I think we live in an age where Democrats, anytime they get attacked, they immediately defensive crouch, defensive posture, try and meet you in the middle, try and compromise. He didn't do it. He said, these are my policies. This is what I'm running on. I interviewed him in December 2024. Right, at Zateo, he was at less than 1% in the polls. I told him
he likes that he's a hardcore leftist who doesn't back down. I mean, I wonder if that includes him not backing down from his recent statement calling APAC monsters.
this later. It was a pity interview. They were like, there's a Muslim guy running from Queens. He's a socialist. I was like, let's get him on. Let's give him a platform. And I kind of, in that first interview is when he said, if Benjamin Netanyahu comes to New York, I'll have him arrested. I remember that. And I was like, wow. And he kept getting asked about it, and he didn't back down for it. I mean, he pointed out that legally.
Yeah, you realize how insane it is that the mayor of New York, who has no stake in the Middle East ever at all, made Israel and Palestine his entire identity?
Like, I think you can be anti-war when you're coming in. And then I think when you get inside there, someone says something to you or something happens and then they're like, hey, bro, you got to do this thing, man.
You go in anti-war and then you realize that bad actors exist in the global scale too. Imagine. I thought the world was a magical utopia.
Who cares? It's fucking Donald Trump.
No,
I can't believe your evidence for Donald Trump is he
Mehdi,
said so.
Mehdi, listen. You see, here's where we're going to have a disagreement.
Yes, please.
You're making it seem like the man does not exist anywhere doing anything and has no opinion about anything. I think there is something that happens to you when you get into the White House. Eclipses your views on war is what I'm saying. Because to your point, there is no American president who has come in and not done war. So what I'm saying.
But every war he inherited, he expanded in Syria, in Iraq, in Afghanistan. He dropped the Moab, the mother of all bombs, on Afghanistan. He did more drone strikes in his first 2 years than Obama did in 8 years. People don't know this. They say, Obama, the drone president. He killed Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian general, in his final year in office, which could have sparked World War III. So he did all this shit.
As soon as Mehdi Hasan starts defending Qatari Soleimani and the IRGC, that's when you know he is out here chilling for terrorists. And honestly, under Trump, the least amount of people died in the Middle East. And that's true statistics. So you can take a look at that and take it to the bank.
I've noticed a pattern.
Okay, I supported Liverpool.
Mehdi Hasan started supporting Liverpool, and then Liverpool went through its worst period ever. Mehdi Hasan moved to America.
Golden escalator happened.
And the golden escalator happened, and now the rest is history. So
what should I do next?
I mean, you tell me.
I'm going to buy a plane ticket to Tel Aviv.
We don't want you there.
In the late 1980s, Salman Rushdie publishes the Satanic Verses, right? Muslims go crazy. It's a blasphemous book. It's insulting the Prophet, which it did. Ayatollah Khomeini.
That was the one. That's where the Khomeini.
The fatwa on
it.
He should be executed from.
Oh yeah, please tell the story, because a lot of people I don't think just know it.
So Salman Rushdie, very famous Indian British novelist, award-winning novelist, writes a novel which is kind of fictionalized version of some Islamic history as he understood it, in which the Prophet is portrayed in horrific ways as a baddie, and Muslims, being very sensitive, got very very upset, to the point where at the time, the Ayatollah in Iran, the supreme leader of Iran then, Ayatollah Khomeini, put out a very famous fatwa saying the punishment is death for this kind of writing. Rushdie had to go into hiding. He's still today, he got attacked a few years ago.
Yeah, he got stabbed.
Again. So it's never gone away, even after the death of Khomeini. And a lot of Muslims burned the book, even in UK town, not just in the Middle East.
Even in UK town, not just in the Middle East.
In protest. So it was a huge controversy, and Muslims then got attacked, of course, by Western politicians saying, you people are so backward and barbaric, and look at you, you don't believe in free speech. And my dad, in the midst of all this late 80s, I'm like 10 years old, my dad buys the Satanic Verses, reads it, and then puts it on the bookshelf right by the dining table. So every time we have people over, they're like, what is going on? They're furious. All my dad's friends are furious. Why have you got this book here? Why would you have it? And my dad would say, have you read it? And if you haven't read it, how can you be mad about it? And that mentality, which was very provocative in the Muslim community, is something that I remember vividly.
Okay, that's kudos to his dad. But it's insane to me that after all of this, Mehdi is framing it as Muslims being very sensitive and not the violence that he was flagging in the Satanic Verses is actually true. The mental gymnastics feel so backwards. Salman Rushdie published the Satanic Verses, and as a result, he got a fatwa. Fatwas are lifelong by the Ayatollah. That means that anyone, anywhere can kill him. That's exactly the severity of what happened and what he did when he published that book. And Mehdi is going and saying Muslims being very sensitive. Muslims are sensitive is like calling them fragile like a bomb, so they kill you if you offend them. That's kind of the whole issue that we're trying to pinpoint into.
But the point is, obviously, I don't support, obviously, killing people for their views, obviously. But I understood at the time, I understood why it becomes such a wedge.
Isn't that what globalized de-intifada means? Except if there's Zionists.
Like, my wife will make fun of me that I will forget kids' birthdays, but I'll remember when the Six-Day War was in 1967.
Damn.
So that kind of random stuff is still in here.
Why are you still obsessed with us? Really? You don't remember your kid's birthday, but you remember Israel.
George Bush's approval rating is good right now.
Yes, but
why?
it's not,
He left office as the most unpopular president. He should be sitting in The Hague facing war crimes charges. He was, until Trump came along, he was the worst president of our lifetimes. But over time, Americans forgive and forget. They forgive and then they forget, like you want them to.
No.
Look at right now with Iran. Why do they hate us? Why do they hate us? Because we remember shit. We don't remember we shut down their plane. We deposed their government.
That is literally him rewriting the narrative. That's not what happened at all.
Somebody, why does he live here if he doesn't like it? Someone, no, I love it. I love it here. I don't like American foreign policy. I don't like Donald Trump, but I love the United States of America. I've said that clearly. I spoke at a no kings rally, right?
But what do you love so much about America, though?
Many things.
Tell me. I'm here for it.
What do I love about America?
Yeah.
I love the sheer space.
Yeah.
I love the fact that it's a big country. I love that flying to California is like flying to London. I love that. I love that there's a country, continent. I love the fact that you go to different states. I travel a lot for work, and every state you go to is like a little mini country with its own kind of people, problems, issues. I love that. I'm all about diversity. Sorry, right wingers. I love my diversity, my DEI. So I love the fact that people are different wherever you go in this country. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. Barack Obama, Zohran Mamdani, inspiring speech, tear jerking. I love that.
Okay, so you like that part?
Yeah, like I'm the guy who watched West Wing and corny West Wing.
So you're fully in then? This is like
I'm fully in until I get deported. I'm fully in.
Are you worried about being deported? Yes. Genuinely.
Are you not?
No.
Then you're stupid. Non-white people do not take the threat of Trump seriously, I think.
I still feel like this decision boundary is not based on skin tone alone, and there's some criminals that you don't want to let in.
Do you think beef just finds you?
It does.
No, and I say this, I genuinely say, so I like my
I was on the train today coming up.
Yeah, and?
He might watch this. Sweet kid was next to me on the train, turned out to be a fan. But he said to me, I'm saying this very respectfully, but beef, we're in the middle of a train journey, and he turned to me and he was like, oh, I'm a big fan, I've seen your videos, I take and then he goes, but I don't agree with you on genocide. Tell me why you think it's not a genocide. I said, I can't do this here. We're on an Amtrak train. I'm going to do Trevor Noah. I got to read my emails. I said, I've done many videos, you can watch them. But it's hilarious to me that even the person who wrecked on the train wants to have a debate about the Middle East right then and there.
But I do love that they challenge him on the genocide, because it's not a genocide. And even if all the genocide scholars say it's a genocide, it's not genocide.
I roasted Joe Biden. I roasted Democrats. I roasted liberal media.
I was there in the crowd.
I roasted conservative media. What shocked me was the next day, the clips where I spoke about anyone on the right went to the left. And the clips where I spoke about anyone on the left went to the right.
Yeah.
And I was shocked to see how, even when we try and create a reality that is gray, the algorithm splits the black and white and goes, we'll send this to you, we'll send that to you.
That's selection bias at its peak, right? because people on the right most likely related with him trashing the left, and people on the left probably related with him trashing the right. So that's just what resonated with them and what they chose to propagate on, and that's called selection bias.
You know, you're not part of making this country a better place. You know, I think you hate America. What would you say to them? And if you saw they were trying to be sincere?
Yeah, I would say there's many things I would say to them. Aside from saying, well, I love the country too. Look, I would say, and I say this because this is my politics, is that I'm the last person to be divisive. I think AOC has a very good line, which I will steal from her, which is, I want everyone to have healthcare. I want MAGA to have healthcare. I don't want to deprive my political opponents of everything. I'm a universalist, right? So I'm the last person you could actually call divisive, because I want what I have for everyone else. I've been very blessed. I've been very privileged. I'm part of the 1%, whatever you want to call it. Fucking socialist running a business, right? I'm an entrepreneur now. I do stuff like, make sure you subscribe to Zateo. I feel dirty after, but you got to do it. Small businessman. So like, I'm a proud American, right? I'm a proud American dreamer. Politics, in fact, the opposite of divisive. They are universalist. They are, I want a higher minimum wage for everyone. I want healthcare for everyone. I want college to be accessible to everyone. I know it sounds cliche, but it's literally what, it's always makes me fun when we go,
Again, it's not about his socialist policies that are the problem. It's what's hiding underneath, and it's his allegiance with Al Jazeera, Qatar, and the Muslim Brotherhood. It's a little bit alarming. And yes, they always come, offering you free stuff.
Far left and the far right are the two divisive forces. The far right are Nazis who want to get rid of black people from America. The far left want universal healthcare. That's not the same thing.
That's really how he thinks the far left looks like. The far left isn't just universal healthcare. The far left is a lot more dangerous than what Mehdi is trying to universal wash. No.
Right? Bernie Sanders is not the same thing as Nick Fuentes. And if you think that, your brain is broken by the algorithm.
The Ayatollah is not the same as Trump. And if you think that, your brain is broken by the algorithm.
Not to find, especially now with the genocide, right? For me, the biggest moral issue of our time is the genocide. I see
Obviously, Palestine and the genocide that doesn't exist is the most important issue of our lifetime. Not any of the other crises, not any other human rights issue. Gaza, that's the world's most important thing. I survived. Well, that was it. Thank you for still being here. Yeah, PJ, great. Thank you for watching. If you want to support me and watching more horrible things like this so you don't have to, subscribe for more, and see you next time.